we were very fortunate that it didn't really have any bubbles here. The only thing is you have to be super careful with the heat gun. With this, you want to be directly over it because you don't want to push the epoxy out. Also, I think that if you had a toothpick, I've done this also, is you take a toothpick, you just pop the bubbles, and it'll come right out. But this part, it's gonna get polished right off.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Very, very confident in that. Now I noticed, now one thing I wanna do is I'll come back, and I noticed in the I, the letter I, that it's recessed quite a bit. So I can go ahead, just put a little bit more in the I, same thing in the D. Okay. Thank you, Mr. D. How did the heat work? For some reason, not as well as my gun. And I don't know why, because it's basically the same thing. I like the color.
Yeah. That looks like it's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Just popping those little.
Yep, this is a matter of just taking this and popping them.
Now, if a student wanted to do this on their design at home, they can find that two-part epoxy somewhere?
They can find the two-part epoxy. I'd be careful with which manufacturer you go with. Make sure it is a two-part epoxy. I would say go together with a couple of you to do it. Epoxy is not a cheap item, but the colors that you get, if you went together with several of you, you could probably come up with a pretty reasonable price. Unfortunately, I can't give a small batch price because I buy it for the program and I'm buying it in 3 gallons at a time. So it's not exactly what's fitting for students, but students could go ahead and find a two-part epoxy that they could find at a Woodcraft on Van Dyke, just north of 17 Mile Road on the west side of the street. They should be able to go ahead and provide them with at least one option that would be really good in the small quantities. They would do probably 20 of these.
Okay.
Would be good.
Yeah.
Systems 3 is probably the one that I go with that they sell. I don't buy Systems 3 because, like I said, I buy in bulk. It's hard for me to see. Okay.
Good deal.
So I would say right now just let this sit for 24 hours, and then when you're all said and done, go ahead and polish it up, and be all good.
Cool.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right.